One of the number one things that prevents people from buying a home is credit. More often than not, it's easier to fix your credit score than you actually think it is. However, there's a lot of misinformation out there, and there are a lot of companies profiting off of fixing your credit, but they don't actually do a whole lot for you. So I'm about to tell you 10 real ways that you can raise your credit score right now that will make a significant beneficial impact on your credit score starting immediately. What's up, guys? It's Tristan with the Pearrow Group, and I'm about to tell you 10 ways to supercharge your credit score right now. Number 1, and this should be pretty obvious, but some people don't realize this, always make your payments on time. If for any reason you cannot make your payment on time, you can call up to the creditor and you can ask them to give you some extra time to make your payment rather than missing your payment, not communicating that you need some more time, and having that payment reported late on your credit. Because once a payment is reported late on your credit, it is going to stay on there for 7 years unless you can take some other actions to get it removed. And that is going to bring down your credit for a very, very long time. And it is going to make you seem like a risky person to lend money to because you paid your bills late. Number 2. Always keep your credit card utilization under 30%. So you took out some credit cards and you used them. Well, if you charge your credit cards up past 30%, you could actually be hurting your credit. So creditors and credit bureaus like it when you take out a card, but you don't use the entire amount that they offer to you. They like the idea that you've taken out the credit, but that you don't actually need it. And even though that sounds contradictory, to them it makes a lot of sense. They'd rather lend money to someone that doesn't need it because that way they know that they're going to get their money back. So how do you know if your card utilization is at 30%? Take the credit card limit that you have, let's say your credit card limit was $10,000, and multiply that by 0.3, which would give you $3,000. So if your credit card limit was $10,000, you wouldn't want to use any more of the balance than $3,000, and then you would want to pay that off and always keep that balance below $3,000 or less. Number 3, stop being afraid of credit cards. Credit cards are not a bad thing, guys. They're only a bad thing when you use them and you don't pay them back. So you should only use the amount of credit that you actually are able to repay, and you should only be using credit in a way that is advantageous to your credit score and to your finances, and not the other way around. Believe it or not, the credit bureaus actually like it when you have more credit accounts that are in good standing. This gives them confidence that you are a trustworthy borrower and that they should lend you more money. Number 4, fire that credit repair law firm. Guys, a part of my job is pulling people's credit and looking at their credit report. And you wouldn't believe the number of people that have signed up to work with a credit repair law firm who's supposed to boost their credit over the course of 12 to 24 months. And they make a payment usually of $99 to $100 and something, sometimes more, to this law firm to do things on their behalf. And usually it actually makes their credit score worse. I have seen this happen so many times. And the typical things that they will tell you to do are to dispute things on your credit, which later in this list you're going to find out is a no-no, and other things like that that actually have either an adverse impact on your credit score or no impact at all. So if you really want to raise your credit, first do some of the things in this list, or talk to somebody that looks at credit reports every day that actually helps people improve their credit and has an incentive to do so. And number 5, never dispute anything on your credit unless it is legitimate. If somebody did something and it wasn't you, dispute it. If there's something that reported completely incorrectly and you know that it's wrong, maybe you want to go ahead and dispute it. But if a credit repair law firm, for example, says, hey, let's dispute all your collections accounts, that's a big no-no. That's going to drop your credit score. And not only that, it could prevent you from taking out other types of loans in the future until you remove those disputes. Now, if you have disputed something on your credit, don't worry. You can call the credit bureau with whom you disputed, and you can ask them to remove the disputes. Number 6, pay your collections accounts or settle with the collector and get the accounts deleted. Now, this isn't the same thing as just paying the collection. You actually need to confirm with the collector that they deleted your account and that the balance on the account was 0. You need to get this in writing, and you need to get it in the form of a letter or an email. The way that this works is you're going to call up to the creditor. You're going to say, hello, I'd like to settle this account. And then you offer them an amount usually. If you want to pay it in full, pay it in full. If you want to settle and offer an amount, something is better than nothing, and they will usually take it. Then what you want to make sure of is after you have paid them that your account balance is zero. You want to get a letter or an email stating this. And you also want to ask them for an account deletion letter. Then when that account reports to the credit bureaus next, it will be gone, deleted from your credit report, and your score will subsequently improve. Number 7. This ties directly into number 2, and this one is, if your card balances are high, begin to pay them down. Even if you can't pay the entire balance off right away, paying something is better than nothing, and you better believe the credit bureaus do notice this. So make sure that you're putting as much as you can to bring those balances back down to below 30% utilization if they're high. Number 8, get on an authorized user card. An authorized user card is someone else's credit card who has good credit standing and a long credit history. You're going to be added to their credit account, but you aren't going to have your own credit card. It's not like you can go charge up their credit account. However, when that card reports to the credit bureaus every 30 or 60 days, it will actually report to your credit report as well, and you will begin to build credit history and credit standing based off of that other person's credit card. It's a pretty cool way to hack and build some credit history for a young person, a person that's never opened a credit card before, or a person who's been out of the credit game for a while. Number 9, take out larger types of debt. Now this one seems a little counterintuitive as well, but if your credit score just seems to be hanging in one certain low area and you're doing everything right and you can't figure out why, it may be because you need to take out a larger type of debt. If you've never financed a car or a home or a bigger purchase before, you may have a lower credit score because larger purchases actually weigh more heavily on your credit score than do smaller things like little Visas or MasterCards and things like that. And the reason for this is that banks really like to see that you're able to handle a more serious financial obligation, make your payments on time, and be in good standing on that larger type of debt. And last but not least, number 10, never close an account. You should never close a credit card account that's in good standing. Even if the balance is zero, leave the account open. The longer you can leave these accounts open, the longer you will build your credit history. And the credit bureaus absolutely look at the length of time that your accounts have been open. So even if it's that little Belk card that you opened a long time ago, don't close it. Keep it on zero balance. If you're never going to go to Belk again, it doesn't matter. Keep the card open because that could be boosting up your credit score and probably is. Well guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any additional questions about credit score, or any of the methods that I just talked about as ways to boost your credit, I'm always happy to help. Reach out. All the information to contact me is in the description down below. Make sure you like and subscribe so that you never miss any valuable information. I'm releasing videos every single week, so stay tuned for more, and I'll talk to you guys soon.